It was a normal catch of fish. I laid it on the fresh green grass of the meadow by the shore, but no sooner had I spread the catch when all the fish began to move toward the sea. Slipping and slithering on their bellies they went, in ones and twos, with determined staring eyes and thrusting fins and tails, gasping in the unaccustomed air. I could not think what moved them, nor where they took the fighting energy to reach at last the wind-blown shore, to fight against the landward flowing surf, to escape the floundering of the nearest falling waves, and at last to fling themselves in freedom to the pull and ebb of the swirling depths. There was no motive for that sudden rush to the sea, no force that could have moved them. They had been prosaic, gasping fish when I carried the net across the beach to this soft and springy turf where I now stood. But no sooner had I laid them on the grass. I had laid them on the grass. So now I bent down and examined the grass, felt its smooth texture, smelled it. It had the smell of the sea, heavily concentrated, as if these blades had been ruffled by the shorewards blowing breeze for 1,000 years. The smell was in my nose, my throat, my lungs, a wild and unholy smell, physical and inescapable. Like a tame beast, I responded to this golden scent, fell upon my hands and knees, and tore the grass in overwhelming mouthfuls. At first calm, and the sun seemed to stand still in the sky, and the falling of the waves was far off, at the lip of a whirled and echoing seashell. Then the dome of the sky was split in two. The sea fell with a wild crash into the whirled and echoing shell. My feet were rushing me inconsequently to the sea, to the glorious foaming sea, to the wilderness of vast waters. The cool waters calmly clothed me, softly sheathed me with translucent green. It was like sinking into my own mind, as when one drinks too much and falls into a pleasant, soporific state. Gone was the naked lightning of my initiation at the water's hands. The whirled and echoing shell was sunk in peace upon a sandy bed. I had fallen below the water's falling, entering the world of silence and silent moving currents of the sea. Tethys' arms were opened in welcome, and Oceanus greeted his long-lost child. The sea nymphs and Oceanides danced. And here I would make my point, and also carry on the tale. Glaucus had attained the thing he had most desired. He had sunk into the perfect, continuous dream, into the unending, subconscious state. He had now gained the heights of perfect freedom. But here's the rub. Ovid tells us how the sea god, for sea god now he was, having quite put off all human attributes, met one day the girl called Scylla. How Glaucus, seeing her naked limbs and filled with lust, called out to the girl, his cries echoing with a hollow sound across the waters. But she, terrified of this unknown thing, ran for safety to higher ground, knowing no creature from the sea could reach her there. From this safe eminence she looked down at the sea god with frightened yet curious eyes. And here we swerve aside from Ovid and remake the tale to fit our own vision. At first she trembled, confronted by this thing of totally unknown origins. But when he said, "I love you, human girl," she began to shake again, but this time with laughter, uncontrollable laughter. "You silly, grotesque monster," she called out, and, laughing still, her laughter echoing as his cries of lust had echoed just now, she wandered out of sight below the hill.